Now we'll start building out the content for our About page. And just like with the home page, we need to start with a container class. So let's do that. We'll go to our About page and replace the app content with a div and the container class. This is similar to the fluid container we used in the home page in that it will adjust dynamically with the width, but it's a fixed width. So you'll have large margins and your content will all be in the middle. So the next thing we'll do now is we'll add a header into this container. And this will basically just provide a header, subheader for the About page. Just indent. Guess I'll have to do it the hard way. All right, let's look at that. So we have a title, a subtitle, and actually this horizontal rule. Now the About page is actually going to have two rows. Remember, our home page started with just one row and has two columns. The About page is going to have two rows. And the first row will have two columns, just like we had on our home page. And then the last row is where we're going to have a row of sponsor icons. So it'll just be a single full width column along the bottom. And they'll stack on top of each other nicely. So let's go ahead and add two rows to our template right below the headers. And once again, I'll line those up. Now we'll add the two columns into our top row. And we'll have a left column and a right column, and the same proportions as we had on our home page, 8 and 4, to give us a 2/3 wide column and a 1/3 wide column. For the last row, we're just going to add a single full width 12 column. Again, this is just going to be a row of images for our sponsors. Let's go ahead and add in some placeholder content so our styles can be verified. So we'll first add in the About container content. Next, we're going to add some images to the second column. We're just going to use a service called Placeimage that allows us to dynamically create images as placeholder content. In this case, you can specify in the URL the size of image that you'd like. So for the first one, 360 by 200 pixels. And it's really nice because it will generate some really nice looking, in this case, nature-based images, or whatever theme you want. It's really easy to use. You should just check it out. And then finally, we're going to add some placeholder images to our bottom row to be placeholders for our sponsor images. In this case, I'm using another placeholder image service. This one's called Placeholder.com. And this one allows you to create different colored images with whatever text you would like in them. In this case, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can control things like the text color, the color of the image. It's really nice placeholder image service. So let's take a look at what we've got. Great. So here's our placeholder content for the About page. We even added some bolded titles, some headings. Here are those placeholder images. Notice if I refresh the page, they kind of are randomly generated based on the nature theme that we specified. And then down at the bottom, I've got a row of images to act as our placeholder images for our sponsors. I can't quite get all the way down to the bottom though, because we need to add a little padding or something at the bottom, which is our next step. We're going to add some custom styles and tweak this so that it's perfect to what we want it to be.